Hi, and welcome to this week's episode of Talk of Purdue, where we're in Powell Hall for the School of Visual and Performing Arts. We're joined by Mary Beth Van Dyke, who is a continuing lecturer here in the dance program. And especially the reason we wanted to talk to Mary Beth this week is because, as all of you know, registration has started for classes. And so there's Purdue students out there who are looking to take electives or even in class that will be a little bit more relaxing than, let's say, an engineering class. And Mary Beth will be teaching Dance Appreciation and Jazz 1 next semester. So for starters, thank you for joining us on the show.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
So you have seniors like me who I only have 2 classes that I have to take next semester. So in order to be a full-time student, I got 2 sort of free electives. So why should somebody like me decide that with those 2 electives I'll go with Dance Appreciation?
Well, as you know, dance has become much part of mainstream. So you have So You Think You Can Dance, you have Dancing with the Stars, you have the Best of the Dance Crew show, and so dance is everywhere. And wouldn't it be interesting to find out where it all started? Yeah. So how did dance develop as a performing art, as a concert art form? Because it really traces back to the Renaissance era. And you can see the evolution of, movement from the courts of France all the way to So You Think You Can Dance. It's all related, it's all connected.
And you study all of that in the course?
We begin with the Renaissance and the Baroque era, and the class is a combination of movement phrases. I teach simple movement phrases to represent each time period. And then we watch videos or video clips from the specific eras or the choreographers of that era. And then there is lecture, of course, to have further understanding of the time period.
So how much is in the classroom versus how much are people actually dancing?
We spend at least 1 day a week dancing, and many times 2, both days, because it's a Tuesday, Thursday class. Okay. I really try to condense the amount of lecture I give. Part of the classes they have available to them is a dance packet, and it has all my lecture notes in it and the study guides for the exams. So I can kind of condense my lecture to the most important the most important elements of each era, and so we can spend more time moving and exploring the eras.
So Alisha always tells me that she's a great dancer. I'm not sure if I believe that or not, but what about students out there who aren't like Alisha, who aren't great dancers and they're afraid to get in the class because they think, they got 2 left feet or something?
Yeah, most of my students, I would say 90% of them have never danced before in a structured class.
Incredible.
So for instance, when you were exploring the Baroque era, we start with a simple walking pattern where you walk on your toes and then you bend. You walk forward and then you bend. So I try to keep it very, very simple enough that all the students in the class would feel successful.
Now we have to ask, because we've been talking so much about dance, if you would be able to teach us a dance move that maybe students also will be maybe learning next year or next semester if they decide to take a dance course, or maybe you'll entice more students to sign up for dance courses.
Give it a shot.
Okay.
If we can just come over, I guess over here.
Okay, so if you took Jazz 1, you would learn jazz square and paddle turn. So you could go jazz square. So you go cross, back, side, front. Cross, back, side, front. See how easy it is?
That's not bad.
Yeah. Traditional jazz.
So is this like a test, A+?
Yes, it is. All right. And then we could style that up. So we could do that. 3, 4. Yeah. And then we could do paddle turn. So we could go paddle, turn, paddle, turn.
Oh, good.
So you could go 1, 2, 3, 4, paddle, turn, paddle, turn.
Okay.
Yeah, ready? Right, left, forward, turn, Traditional jazz technique.
Great. Well,
A
if
little
you
more
are
fun than a physics test.
Exactly, and that will be taught in Jazz 1 next semester, which will also be taught in the program. But thank you so much for joining us here today for a very energetic Talk of Purdue.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thanks.
Thanks.